Most organizations understand the moment when a customer makes a payment. A bill goes out, the customer clicks on a link, enters their payment information, and gets a confirmation. And from the customer's perspective, that's pretty much the whole experience. But inside the organization, that's not the whole process at all. The payment is really just one event inside of a much larger business workflow. And I think that's where executives need to start looking at payments differently. Instead of simply asking, are we accepting payments efficiently? There's a bigger question. Do we actually understand how money moves through our organization? Because uh, think about everything that has to happen around a single payment. Before the customer even pays, an invoice may need to be created, customer information has to be accurate, payment options need to be available. There has to be business rules and they have to be applied, and communications has to go out. So you may already have finance, IT, billing, customer service, compliance, all involved, and the customer hasn't even paid yet. Then the payment happens. And even after it's approved, the process isn't finished. The money has to settle. Someone needs to reconcile the deposit. Accounting needs to have that updated. We got reports that need to be produced. And when something doesn't match, that's when you really start to seeing the flow. Customer service gets a call, finance starts investigating, operation looks at the exception, IT needs to look at what's happened between the systems, and suddenly one payment can involve several different people and departments. And here's the interesting part. Each team may understand its piece of the process, but who understands the entire journey? From the customer's decision to pay all the way through the bank and back to the general ledger. And that's where the hidden operational costs can start to appear. They're not necessarily sitting in one obvious budget line. They're spread across multiple manual reconciliation, exception handling. There's emails between departments, customer service calls, reports, and all those little workarounds people have created just to keep things moving along. So individually, they may not look significantly, but across thousands of payments, they can become a very different story. And this is why simply buying a faster payment technology doesn't necessarily solve the bigger problem. You might make it easier for the customer to pay online through mobile or through phone, and that is important. But if the reconciliation is still manual, exceptions are still being handled through email, and reporting still requires people to pull information from different systems, you have improved the payment experience without necessarily improving the payment workflow. And that's the distinction we're trying to make with the payment flow intelligence framework. We start with a simple question. How does money actually move through the organization? Where does it start? Which teams does it touch? Where does it slow down? Where are people manually stepping in? Where do exceptions occur? And where does the information ultimately end up? Those are questions that are becoming even more important as organizations introduce AI and automation, because AI can automate activity. But if the underlying workflow isn't well understood, you may simply be automating confusion. So before thinking about the next payment application, the next automation project, or the next AI initiative, map the workflow first. Understand how money actually moves. And that's exactly what we do at Data Tells. And we have a complimentary How Money Flows snapshot session. We help executives step back, visualize the payment journey across the organization, and identify where there may be unnecessary friction, manual work, risk, and complexity. Because once you can see how money moves, you can start making better decisions about what you should change. If you would like to go through this exercise with us, I put a link on the post. So just please feel free to click on the link and book a session with our team. This is Bernard Crespi. Again, thank you very much for listening. Until the next time.